Hello and welcome back everybody. I hope you're all doing well. We're leaving Mars behind in this one and we're shooting off into space. We're going to be looking at my latest game called Destiny 2, and it follows on to the previous one called Destiny. This one is a side-scrolling game with some cool parallax effects. Again, I used QB64, which is a quick basic emulator which is available for Windows, Linux and Mac OS. I'll include the link to this page in the video description below. I'll also include all the files necessary for this game in the description as well, so if you like you can download it off my website. Right, here's the game listed in the familiar quick basic or QB64. Let's give the game a run and see what it's all about. Got a lot of graphics and sound files to load. There we go. So it's designed for 640 by 480 screens, but I've included a function so you can resize it depending on your taste and needs. I've included the same soundtrack I used in Destiny 1. So let's go ahead.
3, 2, 1.
Right, let's move the ship to the top left. Switch off the music and sound effects. So there's 3 images here, guys. We've got a foreground image over here. It's scrolling a little quicker than the other 2. Got one in the background over here with larger peaks and hills, and out there in the background we've got some planets and stars. So I'll show you how I created these and how you can customize it if you so wish. So let's exit from the game. Right, here we're looking at the 3 scrolling images. The one in the background consisting of the planets and stars. I've used the blue color as the transparency color, so I'll show you how that works. So as long as you stick to the same physical size, width and height, you can go and edit these. You can even add color. You can replace the black with any other color besides this blue. Otherwise you can change this to green, like a typical green screen type of effect, and then you can also change these colors. Here's the middle image. This is the one with the peaks and hills. You can also go and edit this if you like. And then we're looking at the smaller hills that's in the foreground. So you can see the blue color there is 255. So yeah, I'll load the images. There's the planets out in the background, and we've set the transparency to 255 as well. So if you change it to green, just remember to change the parameters over here as well. Right, over here we're looking at the ship and the invaders as well as the missile. And you can see I've also used the blue color as the transparency color. And here we're looking at the part of the code where we load the ship and the invaders as well as the missile. Right, briefly let's have a look at the code. We start with the normal initialization and setup. Right, then in the title screen part of the code we load all the sound files. Those are quite large, hence the loading standby. Then I load the high score as well as the initials. Right, then in this part of the code I set up all the parameters and variables. I also print all the text to the screen, and then we start with the main game loop. In this section of the code I print the scrolling parallax images as well as set up the counters. The planets and stars in the background are moved to the left, 1 pixel at a time. The hills on the horizon, 2 pixels at a time, and then the foreground hills, 4 pixels at a time. That's what it looks like. The planets are moving slowly, the horizon a bit quicker, and then the foreground hills a lot faster. So that's where I set that up, guys. Then we go to various subroutines and we repeat the loop. Here I check for keys that are pressed. We're looking at the decimal key for down, the L key for up, and then the F key for fire. And then for the sound, the S key to switch the sound effects on, the O key to switch the sound effects off, M key to switch the music on, and the N key to switch the music off. Here's the subroutine that moves the invaders. Here's the code for the first one, the second one, and then the third one right there. And these are also in a type of a loop. And if you press the fire key, this is the subroutine I use to move the missile to the right, and then this is also the collision detection, whether the missile has hit or missed the invaders. And this is where we set up the levels. Each level is slightly faster than the previous. The last level, level 5, everything happens very quickly on the screen, just to add some level of difficulty to the game. And then the game over part, where I look at whether you've achieved a higher score than the current high score, and if you have, you can enter your initials, which is then written to the file. So each time you start up the game, it checks for the latest high score. And then obviously the part where I check if you want to play again, yes or no. So let's play Destiny.
Three, two, one.
If you want to play in silence, you can switch the music off. The sound effects can also be switched off. And there you go. Right, let's switch these sound effects on. See what happens. There we go. Collided with one of the invaders. Counter down in the bottom left. 2 lives left. Switch the music back on. Right, let's collide. There we go. And that's it for this one, guys and girls. I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, I'll include all the files, including the standalone executable, as a download on my website. I'll include the link in the video description below. Take a look at it, see if you can customize it a bit and change it up according to your tastes. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'll see you on Mars in the next video. Cheers for now.